Hey guys, I know it's been a while. A lot of things has happened. Um, just wanted to let you guys know that I'm doing okay. Things are looking up. Um, I had just been stuck on, uh, just basically stuck. I mean, there's just been so many things going on. You guys know that during the month of July, I had to make a decision in leaving my apartment because we just couldn't afford it at that time, and that took a toll on me. Not having the support that I wanted with the relationship I had at that time was was just devastating for me at the same time. Also, after moving into my brother's house, which is something I did not want to do, not only was I going back to something I had not done for a little over 10 years, but I was moving into a room with another young man, which was rock bottom for me. But at least I had a roof over my head, and I got to spend some time with my brother. I didn't know that a month after being there, I was going to lose my father to make matters worse, and had to try to uh, put a front for everyone uh, and just be supportive to everybody that was feeling um, hurt, frustrated, and just overall couldn't understand how we lost him in the manner that we did after 3 months of him fighting to try to stay healthy. So those were a tough time. Still, it's a tough time. I don't think that's something that you're gonna ever get over anytime soon. Um, but throughout that situation, I was able to reestablish my relationship um, with the person who you guys know as Jessica, and who I love and care a lot about, and everything between us became different in a positive way. There were so many things that were happening throughout the well, I would say after the month of October, that we were just overall getting along and spending the time that we needed to spend when we could, and understanding that each of us had our own things that we were dealing with and responsibilities that we had to take care of individually. And overall, I just thought that was great. It was something that we were having an issue in the beginning, but once again, it fell through. Um, I I've been hurt, really hurt, to the point where I just went down just went down, literally went down. Just my focus just it was just devastating for me because everything hit me all at once. The trying to stay sane and trying to stay faithful and trying to stay positive just went down the hill. Just I couldn't deal with it anymore. I was so upset with myself, so frustrated with my situation, that it was easier for me to just dwell in my emotions and make a permanent decision in a temporary situation. Funny, because I think I said that phrase to so many people last year, and I couldn't apply it to myself going through the situation that I was going through. Um, I was hurt in the matter of how things finished. Silence is probably the worst thing that could happen in a relationship, and silence is what took over everything in the last, I would say, the last couple days during the month of Christmas, and during Christmas, where I thought that it's the best time to be able to spend. Well, it is the best time for you to spend with your family and the person that you love with, and it didn't happen. I was surprised to find out that Um, we weren't going to spend Christmas, and it wasn't something that we spoke about. It was just the last minute thing. I'm gonna go spend some time uh, with my sister who came to visit, with my mom, and something that I thought it was gonna be a weekend thing turned out to be a little over a week, and I just was hurt. I was hurt because I felt that I deserved more. In getting caught up in my emotions and not receiving a phone call after almost a week of not hearing from her, or even just a hey, I'm thinking about you, sorry that we're not together in this time, but this, this is something I needed, something along those lines. Nothing at all happened like that. Instead, I got a text on Christmas Day, and it really hurt. It really hurt. It really frustrated me. It made me, well, let me rephrase that, because nobody can make you do anything once you're an adult. You make the choices. So I made the choice to want to not do anything. I made the choice to be stuck in a situation where I could have made the decision to refocus everything and say, you know what, I've been down this route before. Let's just move forward and just keep trusting in God and believing that everything is going to be okay. And I didn't do that. I just was so mad and so bitter that I was at the verge of leaving the church, but I didn't. I remained, because if there's anything that I still have and I own, and the only thing that I own in this life, because everything else I owe, is my word. And because I gave my word, I kept going to church, even though I definitely didn't want to be there. But I thank God for the pastor for listening to me when I was going through what I was going through, for the things that he said in the last couple weeks that helped and that showed me that obviously, regardless of what I do or how I feel, I didn't give my word to him, but I gave my word to God, because he reminded me that he's a servant of God as I am a servant of God too, and that God knew obviously that I'm a man of my word, and that he knew that by me giving my word to the pastor, that was going to keep me in church when this came about. And it was only because of that I stayed, because I don't like doing the 1 foot in and 1 foot out. I'm either all in or all out. That's just the way I work. That's just the way I like to do things. I don't want to be a hypocrite. I don't want to say I'm doing this and meanwhile I'm doing this other thing because I'm hurt and feeling whatever. But as humans and as a believer, we're going to make mistakes. We're going to fall. We're no angels. God just basically says, try to do the best that you can. And the greatest thing about God is that every day he gives us grace. Every day he gives us an opportunity to start all over again. But sometimes we get caught up in our feelings and we make decisions permanent in a temporary situation. And that's where I was, and that's where I had been. And I apologize for not keeping up with the channel. I apologize for not keeping up with some of the people from the channel who constantly stay calling me and texting me, like C did it to you, who texts me around Christmas, and Tim Windsor, who constantly texts me telling me that he loves me and that he's here for me, and Tammy for also sending me a message through YouTube and saying, hey, you've been MIA, just wondering how you're doing. I'm rooting for you. People like my cousin's wife, Idalis, who listened to me when I was at my worst, when I didn't think I had anywhere to turn, for her to let God use her in saying the words that she said at a moment's time, for the pastor looking past me and seeing the greatness in me, even though I was at my worst, for even Maria, who I thank you so much for reaching out to me the way that you did, and listening to what I had to say, and putting yourself aside, and giving me advice, and letting me know that even though things between us ended up the way that it did, that you recognized that I'm a good man, and that you were grateful for the way that I treated your daughters even to this day. And just overall, I have the utmost respect for what she did at that time, because it was good to hear, because I had doubts, because I kept thinking that, what is it that I did? Why is it that I was treated the way that I was treated? Why is it that things happened the way that they did? It shouldn't have happened. I mean, I was there. I did things that I shouldn't even done, after I was ignored, after I was disrespected, after I was treated as if I didn't mean anything. I still said present, and to see the outcome at the end and the matter that it did devastated me, and I made a dumb choice of trying to go back into a situation that I have no business going back to, because that never fit me before, and it definitely wasn't going to fit me now, after all the things that I've been able to accomplish, and after all the time that I spend reading the Word, and listening to preachings and teachings, and just overall trying to stay positive, and let myself fall the way that I did. It really, really hurt me. It really hurt me, and I was so disappointed in myself, because I didn't fall apart when it mattered. I didn't fall apart when my dad passed away, and everything was so hard, and yet I was there. I was still preaching. I was still talking. I was still reading the Word. I was still believing, even though I was hurt, but I was still there. This time around, I totally stopped completely. I wasn't praying. I was arguing. I was frustrated. I was so angry, and God still stayed there and sent people my way. And I felt like I was at the middle of the sea, and everyone was throwing me a life jacket. Everyone was saying, "Hey, we believe in you. Just accept the help. Just, cry and hurt, but don't stay there. Grab the life jacket." But I kept pushing it all away, because the only life jacket that I wanted was the person who I felt that turned their back on me and made me and hurt me, because she didn't make me. No one makes you. Like, as I said before, I was so stuck on that I couldn't get out of it. And but I don't wish her any harm. I still love and care for her a lot, and I have the utmost respect for her, regardless of the fact she has a great heart and she means well. But I can't expect someone to do the same thing that I do, and I can't expect them to react the same way that I react. I gotta own me, the things that I do and the decisions I make. I didn't want to see it that way. I kept trying to see, why was it that I did? And my cousin kept reminding me, why do you always keep saying, what was it that you did? What makes you think that you did anything? She just reacted the way that she wanted to react, and no different than she hasn't reacted before. She just reacted in the manner that she wanted, and that's on her. That's not on you. You don't own that. And she was like, "You're just making it worse because you're trying to justify the way you feel." And that was very true, and I was aware of it. But I was just so mad. So that happened. I'm still dealing with the situation, but I am a lot better off. As I said, God is still here. God is still doing, even though I totally messed up, and I totally decided to go back instead of going forward. But I'm slowly but surely falling back online, believing that We're all going to have hiccups along the way. It's not what happens, it's what you do after the fact and how you can apply that to yourself so that you could teach others. And like my father said in the last text that he sent, tomorrow's test will be, or today's test will be your testimony tomorrow, and keep glorifying God. So that's what I'm trying to apply. That's what I'm trying to incorporate. Everything is good. Today service was great. Every day the pastor's been preaching and teaching in our church, and I've been putting the videos on his YouTube channel, which I'll put the link in the description down below so you guys can follow the channel. And I hope to get on within the next couple days. And I wanna make a video so I can teach you guys how to just get the audio of videos of YouTube if you want, like I do constantly, about preachings of certain pastors and Bishop T.D. Jakes and people like Steve Furtick and Keon Henderson and so many other people that are great, that are being used by God, that you can download the video using a couple of applications, and then just strip the audio, and you can use your default music player and basically listen to it as a audio, versus having to be forced to run the YouTube video, which kills your battery, and sometimes it becomes a pain because accidentally you'll hit the screen and it'll jump, or whatever the case may be. But I want to make a video of that so you guys can take advantage of it. So I'll try to make that as soon as I can. Just wanted to inform you guys where I've been, what has been going on, and how even though I'm struggling, by the grace of God, I'm still here, and he keeps doing the unbelievable things for me without me realizing. But I thank all of you guys, and I especially thank my cousin Marilu for remaining there and giving me a place to stay and listening to me throughout this situation. You guys stay blessed. Keep praying for me. As always, I appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.